Happy Valentine's Day, everyone. Um, it's been a while, hasn't it? Like over 2 weeks. Yeah, man. I guess let me fill you in on what happened. I guess first of all, let me just say that when I made that last video, I definitely thought this would be the Valentine's Day where I'm finally spending it with someone else, but it didn't work out like that. I did meet up with that girl I was talking about before again. Um, it was just okay. Um, like the first date we had was that first night we had was like absolutely magical. I'll remember it for the rest of my life. But our second one, it was just all right. Like we did do karaoke, and I got to hear her sing. I could hardly sing. I had already like drank a few beers, a few drinks, and I thought I'd be loose enough I could do it. But I could hardly really sing in front of her. So she had told me before that she could sing because I told her I was doing music lessons and stuff. She said she had never taken lessons. She never didn't really like practice. She just like sang in the car or whatever. Literally like one of the best singers I've ever heard in my life, in person at least. It's it literally brought me to tears. I'm not even like lying or making that up. It's just so good it brought me to tears. Um but when I left the next morning, I just from the way she said goodbye to me, I could tell it was over. Um just like the tone of her voice, I knew it was over. And I didn't talk to her. I didn't text her for a few days after that because I drank too much while I was there with her. Then the next day I hung out with some friends and I drank too much again. And for me, when I drink too much, I'll like get into a depressive episode for like 4.5 days. So that whole week of school was really rough. Um, and I didn't really, yeah, it was just really rough. I like missed like half my classes. But and like after that, when I started texting her again, I could just tell like she didn't have that same sort of like passion because before like she was like calling me love in text. She was like sending hearts and all that, kissy faces, like selfies, and then after that, it was just nothing. No really, no affection really. Um, it's I mean, I not that I was ever it like bummed me out that bad, but I'm like over it now, I guess. But like the final nail in the coffin was like, so the following weekend, I went to a musical for school. At school for school, I have to like write a review on it. It was really good. I love musicals. They're so good. Every musical I've been to, it's always been so good. It's so fun. So I got to hear like some incredible singers there, insanely talented. It was Little Women, the musical presented by like the Opera Theater, or whatever. It was so good. I couldn't believe that they were like actually singing. So there were times where I thought like this has to be like a recording because there's no way they're that good, but they are. And then the next night I went. My music instructor, my singing instructor, invited me out to check out an opera night she was doing at a restaurant with some of her, I don't know what to call them, like other than comrades, like other singing buddies. They were incredible, absolutely incredible. I hope I can someday get to that level. Jeez, it's astounding, really. But after that, I texted that girl and I was like, um, "Oh, it's funny. I've listened to all these amazing singers these past few days, but all I can think of is how beautiful your voice is and how much I'd love to hear it again." And she responds with, "Aw, that's sweet." So I knew it was over there. Like at that point, I knew it was over. Haven't heard from her since, and that was like a few days ago. I don't think I'm gonna hear from her again. Um, it's unfortunate, I guess. I mean, I knew from the start when she first hit me up that like this was probably just gonna be like a one-time thing. I mean, I don't know. Like the first night we had was absolutely magical. Though I'll remember it for the rest of my life. But um, I don't know. I feel like what happened was like she was like too into me at the start, and I it took me time to like get to that level to like reciprocate with my feelings. But by the time I was there, she had moved on and lost interest or something. Hopefully, I didn't do anything to like weird her out or upset her. I don't think I did, but I don't know. Anyway, what else is new? I did actually end up getting a sax when I'm renting one from a local music store. It's so much fun. It just feels so natural. It feels so sensual. Like just the way you hold it and like the way you press the keys down, the sounds, the feelings, and like the way you it just feels so natural too. Because like you can't really see the keys with your hands when you're playing, at least the way I play it. I just like close my eyes and just feel so like I just get into it, you know. And it feels like a lot easier than piano. Like I've been doing piano for years, and I don't know. This just seems like right away just seems way easier, like more simplistic. I feel like it's good for me to do this because when I go back to piano, it's just like an change my mindset because now this makes piano not seem as hard. Like I don't know how to describe exactly how that works, but that's just how I feel. It's so much fun though. Like by the end of the first night, I was like already like getting Careless Whisper down, and it's just like once I got the embouchure down, it just like everything fell into place. Like it just feels so fun. It's so right. It's awesome. I love it. Um, Gosh, what else happened? Oh yeah, in my U.S. foreign relations, foreign policy class, um, we were talking about like the how Trump had that. This was like the day of or the day after Trump announced that plan to like move all the Gazans out of the Gaza Strip, and I thought that this like a really funny joke that I wanted to say so bad but I didn't because I was worried how people would think of me or some dumb shit like that. But it was I want to say, and this doesn't like represent like my actual views or what I think should actually happen. Um, anyway, it was why don't we take the Gaza Strip and push it somewhere else? Like from that one SpongeBob episode. I thought that shit was so funny when I thought of it in class. And I told it to my friends later, and they thought it was funny. But I don't know, man. It's like not really a topic to joke about, I guess, especially with those people, IR and political science majors. I mean, they're like you never know until you try. I really should have just said it. I don't know. I'm like so worried about like what people are gonna think about me. I guess it's really just ridiculous. Also for that class, holy shit, my cat is going crazy because the door is locked. I in that class just 2 days ago. I had like a debate. It was like a pro con. We have actual debates later on in the semester, but this was just like a pro con. I had to argue on the con side for the argument was should all or the argument was all U.S. ambassadors should be members of the foreign policy, and like it's like a thing where you do the work independently, then meet up like with your group the day of, like 5 minutes outside of class. Like none of us could really find any good arguments that for the con side. It was really rough. But for the pro side, so like when I got to class, like there was this guy who came in with like messy ass hair. It looked like he'd just been like out in the rain, like out in a thunderstorm. He comes in, he like takes his jacket off. It's like this nice ass blue suit, and he's like one of the guys like I'm debating against. I mean, he had the suit on for like Model UN or something afterwards later on in the day, but it was just hilarious because I like after I like put forth one of my arguments, he came back with like, well, your argument is null and void for what I can't remember like what his reasons were, but it was just hilarious. Bro, like I like had to like bite my tongue because like started like laughing and smiling because it's like hilarious. Like this dude's like in a full on suit, like dressed down to the socks, like super nice, and just like you know like they were taking it a lot more seriously than our side was. Like they, because I think everyone in that class, even me, is like agrees that like U.S. ambassadors should serve in the foreign service. At least 90% of them should. I mean, obviously there can be some exceptions, but um, it was really hard for us to make arguments, and the teacher ended up like doing a lot of the work for us because we couldn't find like any good arguments. Um, yeah, man. Gosh, what else happened? What else happened? Um, I have a sticky note here. I mean, shit, man, that's kind of it. I guess one other funny thing that happened was in my French class the other day. Dude, like I've been slacking on my French, man. Like I just don't like have that much interest, and it's just really hard for me to like work on it. But like we had to do a group project, and this like towards the end of the group project, the guy was like, "Oh, we're all like, you know, we all specialize in something. Like you're good at the pluskapafire, the past tense, or whatever. You're good at the blah blah blah." And then when he got to me, he's like, you're the idea guy. You're our wild card. It's like, damn, bro, these people know I'm not fucking good for this shit. But I mean, yeah, it was like a rough week. I had like that depressive episode, and then like after that, I was getting over the rest of this whatever. Um, so yeah, I've been really slacking on my French. I literally when I went to take the quiz, I I literally wrote did not study. I'm very sorry on the top, and like I felt nothing out. So I messaged the instructor after that, and she was like, "Oh, I'm glad you messaged me because I was going to tell you to withdraw so you don't get a failing grade if you don't have the time to study." And I was like, "No, I've been going through some heartache." Um, yeah, that's about it. I'm doing all right though. It's I mean, it's nothing a few cold beers can't fix. But no, I'm doing good now. It was a little bit rough earlier on, about a week ago. Even after that depressive episode from the drinking, um, just gets better every day. I guess easier every day. Not that it ever was that hard or anything, but you know what I mean. It's. nowhere to go but up, I guess. I'm just glad, like, I got the experience now. I know, I have experience, I guess. I feel like I'm better equipped to get into a relationship in the future. Not that I would consider what we had a relationship. Anyway, oh yeah, I'm also working on a monologue for my acting class, and it's just so exciting to say, like, oh, I'm working on a monologue. The teacher picked this monologue out specifically for me. She picked one out specifically for everyone in that class, but it just makes me feel special. Um, it's fun because I don't know, it just like I have a monologue. It feels so fancy. I feel like an actor. It feels cool. Um, yeah, that's about it though. I guess I'll hopefully be back later this week after midterms are over. Um, yeah, man. That's about it. If you anyone who yeah, and also for that monologue, it's like from it's like a it's from Uncle Vanya. It's an Astrov part. It's like the "Give Me Back My Morphine" scene. If anyone who ever watches this video has ever read that play, um, anyway, I'm all over the place right now. Um, yeah, man, that's about it. If you watched this far, thank you. Um, I'll try and get back soon within a week. Yeah, I guess that's about it. Thanks. Bye.